All right, good morning, good afternoon, good people. Listen, um, now if you read the comments, you can see why I chose from the very beginning not to air my personal life. Why? Because a lot of people who watch my channel are black men and they come from sunshine community. And most of the people, like they say, birds of a feather flock together. So if you got a crackhead recovering addict as your leader, then 9 times out of 10 you probably got a crackhead recovering mentality. And judging by some of the comments, that's exactly who watched my video the other day. People with a crackhead mentality. When they heard me say I have 10 kids in the USA, first thing came to their mind is, what does a crackhead do when he got 10 babies? Well, naturally, his 10 babies probably got 11 mamas, etc., etc. He abandoned them, etc., etc. Well, my situation is far from that. And the majority of you ninjas would not be able to comprehend the accomplishments that I made in the USA. You wouldn't be able to comprehend it. You wouldn't understand it. The first thing the majority of you ninjas would say, oh, he lying. That's not true. You see, no, he wasn't a teacher. He wasn't an entrepreneur. He wasn't a paralegal. No, he didn't work for Homeland Security. No, he never was a special agent for the marshal's office. No, he never worked on the war against drugs. No, he never was a community activist. No, he didn't raise 10 kids with one wife whom he was married to for almost 40 years. No, when he left the USA with 10 kids, no, his youngest child wasn't 30 years old with a college degree, had her own family, living in the suburb. No, they would not believe that all 10 of my kids, 6 boys and 4 girls, have college degrees and are all professional people and make a lot of money. No, they wouldn't believe that. Why? Because it's beyond conception of a crackhead ninja. That's not what they perceive a black man to being able to achieve. You see? So that's why I reflect back when I justified not putting my stuff on. Why throw pearls to pigs? Why tell them about me when the majority of them would just be jealous, envious? One guy says, you need to look in the mirror. How could you have 10 kids and then come to the Philippines and have another child? Well, how many do you have? How many did you raise? How many did you take care of? You see, so far I'm doing 11 and I'm doing a good job. And I don't need your acceptance. And furthermore, a real man would never, ever tell another man what he should and should not do. You're playing Sunshine God. That's what you're doing. You're playing Sunshine God. Some people say, oh, you should have had international health insurance. Okay. For all you brilliant ninjas out there, all you mathematician ninjas out there who says catastrophic insurance is something that you should have, or you should go back to the States. Okay, a minimum catastrophic insurance, 1,000 US dollars a month. You don't believe me? Look, read the comments. You'll see most of the people say this was the scale. 1,000. Not only that, I've researched it extensively. 1,000 is a bare minimum price you're going to pay for catastrophic insurance, international health care. 1,000 a month. Okay, so a catastrophic event was classified in the Philippines as costing anywhere from 100 to 200,000 pesos. Heart attack, stroke, 100, 200,000. Okay, 1 second, you ninjas. Let's Google. Let's pull out your math. Let's do some work. 1,000 US dollars a month, 12 months, 12,000 a year. That's just the baby policy. That's just a minute. 12,000 US dollars a month you would pay for insurance. Take that 12,000 US dollars, multiply it by 5.6, and tell me how many pesos do you have? Do you have more than 200,000 pesos? Because a catastrophic event would cost you 200,000. So if you're paying 1,000 a month times 12 months, that's $12,000. The US dollar is 5.7 pesos. I'm sorry, 50.7 pesos. So you multiply 50.7 times 12,000. Come on, you ninjas. I know you got the answer right now. I'm not going to give it to you. 12,000 US dollars times 50.7 pesos. How many pesos do you have? Do you cover a 200,000 medical bill? By how many times do you cover a 200,000? So if you got 1,000 US dollars to spend a month and you spend it on catastrophic insurance, you're the dumbest ninja I ever seen in my life. Dumb. You're the dumbest ninja I ever seen in my life. The dumbest. So that's just some food for thought. Now, somebody had the audacity to say, Lao is not Lao, it's Laos. He don't know what he's talking about. Well, I wanted to show you my Lao ID, but I'm not going to get that personal. But it's obvious that that ninja had never been to Laos. He ain't been to nowhere near Laos. Because number one, Laos is an English translation. If you Google what is the official name of Laos, what is the official name? What do the Lao country call itself? L-A-O. People's Republic of... Not Laos. You go to Laos and you say Laos, people look at you like, what? What are you talking about? Lao is Lao. Yeah, you see it as Laos because that's English. That's how English say it. Because it means, when you say Laos, it means what Lao means in English. Okay? So listen, you bright-eyed, bushy-tailed ninjas. I love the hate mail. Thank you very much. Now, some of you didn't pay attention. As usual, crackheads have a very small attention span. That's a fact. Crackheads have a small attention span. That's why they crackheads. Because they got to keep doing crack to focus. So here. Yeah. In my video, I explained to you guys that, yeah, I was going through some I was going through a rough time. Um, I went through a very rough time, and I was really upset because I hadn't seen that girl, and so I figured that my experience was worth telling you guys about, because you could easily, not easily, because if you don't get off the couch, you could never experience it. One guy told me, he said, you should have never left the USA. Can you imagine if I had never left the USA, what knowledge and experience I would have left out of my life? Do you realize as a Muslim, you are not supposed to die in the place where you were born? If you do, you're criticized as having not lived the life that is meant for you to live. Do you understand that? No, you don't. But yeah, that's a fact. You should not die in the place where you were born. That's an indication that you're just a mediocre failure, because you ain't been nowhere. You ain't done nothing. You haven't seen the world. You don't know nothing about different people or nothing. All you know how to do is be aggressive on YouTube to what? Other black people. One time I said something about a vlogger. They said, oh, it's a shame that two black people going at each other like this, that, and the third. Man, if you read the comments and all the nasty comments them people left on my channel, and all y'all is ninjas. All y'all. And if I was to say something bad, they would say, oh, why you talking to another brother like that? Why are you talking to a black man like that? Just read those comments, because that's the mentality of a crackhead. That's the way they do. That's why I chose not to share my personal life. Because why? You won't understand. But for those who can understand, remember, I said that God can lead you to, God would not lead you to a place that he couldn't lead you out of. God is the only one who could take a situation that's bad and make it good and never change the situation. Think about that, good people. Look, ninjas, pause the tape. Think about that. Replay that. God is the only one who could take you in a bad situation and make it good and never change the situation. Pause it. Think. Don't jump to conclusions. What does that mean to you? Let me tell you what it means to me. What it means to me is that you can be in a bad situation and you still need to strategize how to get yourself out of a bad situation. But yet, you wait for guidance to show you how to get out the situation. Yeah, my plan was maybe go to Laos. My plan was, yeah, it's time to pack it up and move on. You see? But listen, good people, I didn't get to be 70 years old being a fool. And for those of you, I'm going to tell you, those of you who want to learn something, who want to experience life, stay tuned, pay attention. Just listen to some of the things that I try to tell you. Okay? Because, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. And in Cleveland, Ohio, I got the name Big Man for a reason. I have a lot of accomplishments. So many accomplishments that, like I said, the majority of you would not believe it unless you knew me personally or you knew someone who knew me. You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe who my sons are and what they've done with their lives. You wouldn't believe the people who are professionals, politicians, etc., that came up under me as a child and I guided them. You wouldn't believe it unless you knew me or you knew someone who knew me. You wouldn't believe it. So, when I'd say something, just think about it. You know, you don't have to open your mouth and make ignorant comments and let everybody know. One guy, he wrote this long dissertation, about me having 11 kids and that I need to look in the mirror. I'm bringing myself. You know what that dissertation is? That's what he was told when he was in recovery. That was part of his recovery on how he could improve himself. And now he's reflecting that on me, saying that, I need to use this method because there's something wrong with me. No, I'm not an addict. I'm not a recovering addict, sir. Never been an addict. Never used drugs, never drank whiskey, never drank beer, never smoked weed, none of that. No, sir, that's for you, not me. I didn't have to use that criteria that you so eloquently wrote out that you learned in therapy. I never had to use that because my life took a different angle. And so as a result, I don't have the tools that a recovering addict has. I don't need them. Fortunately, I was able to avoid that weakness in this society that has preyed on a lot of weak black people. So, what happened? What happened with me leaving the Philippines? Well, as fate would have it, I told you last time I hadn't seen my child in 4 weeks. Well, I've been sick, right? So, when you do good, good come to you. When you have good intentions come to you. So, yeah, in Islam, in the Philippines, there's two sets of laws. There's the Sharia law, which is Islamic law, and there's the Philippine government law. In the Philippines, if you're a Christian, you cannot get a divorce. If you're in the Philippines and you're Muslim, you're governed by the Sharia law, and you have several options to divorce. One of the options in divorce is you can have a divorce, long drawn out thing, or you can simply declare a talaq. And if you declare a talaq, immediately you begin a period of iddah. Whereas in 3 months, if the woman is not pregnant or nothing like that, you're divorced. It's over with. You don't have to give no reason, no explanation, no nothing. There is no child support demanded. There's no support for the girl. There's nothing. It's over. It's finished. Okay? Now, for you smart ninjas, try to play that back. Understand what I just said. Because you may need to play it back 2 or 3 times. Okay? If you're Muslim, you can divorce. And you can divorce several ways. But one way is talaq. That's immediately. You don't need to give no explanation. You don't pay nothing. You're finished. You just go. Right? Because you're in the Philippines, you're still required to let the baby stay with the mama for 7 years. Gotta do that. But you finish. You through. You see. But it's also a period by which you can cool down. You can evaluate the situation. Because why? In Islam, it says in Surah 4:3-5, if there's a disagreement amongst you, you need to get the elders, you need to come together And you need to resolve that issue. Because that is what Allah is pleased with, that you do that. So if you're Muslim, you live by that, right? Okay. And there's not a problem in the world that Islam can't rectify. None. There's not a problem in the world. There's not a situation in the world that there's not an answer for under Islam. Okay? So, what happens? I'm Muslim, so I'm what? I'm gonna do what's required. Yesterday, my Jamila was so beautiful. She's so long. She's so beautiful. She's so charming. At 6 months old, she has charisma, character, etc., etc. Oh, by the way, good people, you got 3 months to negotiate. You got 3 months to explain how to get this right. Try to figure that out. I'm not gonna tell you that. I'm not gonna tell you what that means. Just try to figure it out. You got 3 months to get the situation right. Put your ninja caps on. Do some thinking. Don't just sit here and let me talk to you and tell you something. Think. Do some research. Do some investigation. Think. Learn about other things in life other than recovery. So here we go. Am I leaving the Philippines? Am I going to Laos? Am I going to Bangkok? It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Is it likely? I can't say, because at this point, today, everything points that it's not likely. Everything points that I'm not being led away, but the situation is being improved by the man above, and yet the situation is still the same, but it's being improved. So good people, yeah, when you're in a position, when you're in a place where things are not going correctly, it may be time to move. It may be time that you need to move, go somewhere else. It's not that one guy wrote this dissertation like, basically what he's saying is, you went to the Philippines, but you still the same ninja. Well, no, sir. I must admit that you're absolutely wrong. Because if you're Muslim, you do what's called self-examination 5 times a day. You look in the mirror every day, and you become a better person every day. That's Islam. That's not therapy. That's not 6-step, 5-step recovery. No, that's not, sir. What you're talking about is the methods for recovering alcoholics and addicts. Okay? Looking in the mirror, you're bringing yourself to the Philippines. You need to look in the mirror. That's a crackhead, alcoholic philosophy on how to change who they are. And most of you are just sober drunks. You're just sober addicts. Why I know? Because I used to sponsor y'all. I gave you jobs. I had a construction company that built houses. I gave you guys jobs. I taught self-empowerment education in several drug rehab facilities. I never was a person who used drugs, nor was I ever a codependent. I helped the people who were in the recovery program do what they had to do, get a job, learn a skill, and that's how I know about you guys. Because in teaching self-empowerment education, which if you Google, you'll see that that's the big man, self-empowerment education. If you look at the Cleveland public school system and you'll see empowerment education, you will see that that came from who? The big man. It came from the big man to do what? To teach children that the Cleveland public school system declared was what? At risk. At risk of what? Becoming criminals or drug addicts or teenage pregnancy. If you look, you will see that the big man was the first one in Cleveland, Ohio to teach abstinence-based contraceptive. Some of you may remember Stopping AIDS is My Mission. Well, the big man was a partner with Stopping AIDS is My Mission. Why? Because they didn't teach abstinence-based contraceptive. They taught prophylactics, pills, etc., etc. I taught self-control, abstinence-based contraception. Abstinence means to abstain. That was the big man. He taught that with Stopping AIDS is Our Mission in Cleveland, Ohio, in the public school systems, and in some of the biggest suburbs in the city of Cleveland. He was the man who taught that. He was the man who developed the empowerment education system in Cleveland. It was him who said that positive reinforcement is the best way to discipline a child, not by suspensions, etc., etc. So those of you ninjas who want to project your crackhead development on me, stop doing that. Because why? You let me know who you are. Your dissertation told me you were a recovering addict, because everything in that dissertation is what's told to you to do to recover, to stop using crack. How do I know? Because I work with you guys. I taught you guys. I taught you guys self-esteem, self-image, and self-concept for many years. My mama used to say one thing: if you can't say something nice, shut your damn mouth. Most people say if you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. But my mama used to tell me, son, if you can't say something nice, shut your damn mouth. I want you guys to take that to heart. If you can't be nice, if you can't say something nice, if you can't think positive, shut your damn mouth. Because the longer you talk negative, you're going to put negative energy out and nothing positive is going to come your way. And you're not going to learn anything, and you're just going to be a recovering addict. And what? Yeah, you're going, everywhere you go, you're going to take that same stupid mentality with you. You see? One guy says that I brought the hood with me. Man, you better damn well believe I brought the hood with me. Why? Because I ain't even going to explain it to you. I ain't even going to explain it to you. Because your definition of the hood and my definition of the hood is different. So I'm not even going to bother to go there with you. But yeah, check this out. The big man. Is he leaving the Philippines? It's not clear yet. It's not determined yet. But progress being made? Yeah, progress is being made, good people. You see, all you got to do is have faith, do the right thing, and you'll find out what your destination is going to be. Okay? And one thing I ask you guys is just listen. If you don't understand something I said, play it back, listen. Try to figure it out. Okay? Don't do like so many crackheads do, just blow off like they know everything. You know, a crackhead can do anything. They know everything. You know what I'm saying? They can do anything. They can fix anything. They know everything. You ever notice that? Crackhead can fix anything. He know everything about everything. Man, stop that. Grow up. Okay? Grow up. I'm a grown ass man. I remember that record. There was a record out about the girl said she need a grown ass man. But anyhow, listen, man. Okay, I'm a grown ass man. So, what that mean? Give me some credit, man. Just cause I'm black, don't. And you black, don't say I don't deserve no credit. You listen to the white man. You wouldn't say that to the white man. You wouldn't say that to Calvin Rhodes because you respect him because why? He's a recovering addict like you. So you give him all the love in the world. Two crackheads will love each other to no end. Another man, you won't respect him. Why? Because you don't have the same journey. You haven't been down the same crackhead path. You can only relate to a crackhead. Come on, good people. Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror, bro. You're doing the same thing you was doing when you was smoking crack. You just sober. Come on. Stop it. So listen, you guys stay tuned because I'm going to let you know about this relationship. And I really, really, really want to show you this girl. Okay, I want to show her to you. All right, and you'll see. Oh yeah, and by the way, the baby was planned, and it wasn't the fact that I didn't marry her until I verified that the baby was mine. That was part of the plan. You see, and when you get some time and you start thinking about things rationally, you'll see what role that played and how important that role was to see to it that the baby was my baby and that I married after that. Okay? Technically, legally, I married after that. So you'll see what the importance is. And then lastly, remember, this baby is going to be, inshallah, this baby is going to be a Hafisa. If you don't know what a Hafisa is, I'm not going to tell you. Google it. My brother and I, we had a invisible trophy that we passed back and forth for 50 years between the two of us. We call it the most commonest through brother. And according to what you did, how you did it, when you did it, what your effect was when you did it, you either got the trophy or you didn't get the trophy. So this trophy would pass back and forth between us. Okay? He has a daughter that's a medical doctor. She's a doctor in Cincinnati. And everybody is so proud of this boy and what he did and how he worked, and he got this girl, and she's a well-established, prominent doctor today. I mean, she's 5 stars. She's no joke. She's referred to. People, bring her in, consultation, say. Okay, so he, on that thing, he got the trophy. You see? My kids are successful, but they're not doctors. They're nurses, et cetera. They're not normal doctors. But listen, bro. Listen to this. We both may be dead and in the grave when that trophy is passed again. Because of this girl becomes a Hafisa, I'm getting the trophy. Because a Hafisa can bring me, her mama, and whoever she asks God, she can bring them out to hellfire just by asking, because she's a Hafiz. And God said, if a Hafiz requests of me to do this, I will do it. I will bring them out to hellfire. But the mother and father immediately will come out to hellfire when she becomes a Hafiz. A doctor can't get you out to hellfire. So, bro, we may be somewhere either below or above when this girl becomes a Hafiz. And I guarantee you, bro, I'm going to have the trophy. Because you can't top that. You can't top that, bro. I'm going to have the trophy. Because that's my plan for the girl to be a Hafiz. That's why I had 11. For all of you who was wondering, oh, you old man, you do that, you do. No. All you fools live for this life. The real life is the next life. What you doing for the next life? You saving your money, you talking about buying health insurance, you talking about your investments, your this, your that. You can't take none of that with you. None of that. All them mean, nasty words you say will put you right in the hellfire. You can't take none of that with you. But remember what I told you. A Hafiza, if I'm in the hellfire, can get me out of the hellfire. And that's going to be a longer existence than this existence. That's going to be an eternity, the next life. It's going to be forever. Okay? It's going to be forever. So what are you doing for the next life? What I'm doing is, I'm trying to raise a little girl to be a Hafiz, to get me out the hellfire. Okay, good people? You got to think, man. You can't be a crackhead all your life. You got to think, man. You got to think. Think about that, man, please. Will you please think about that? Do something for your next life. Not everything for this life. Not all this ignorant talk y'all doing on these comments. Come on, good people. And the majority of you are black. You're black. If you can't say something nice, shut your damn mouth, man. Okay? But one thing for sure and two for certain. God knows I love y'all. I respect you. But sometimes my patience get thin because I'm old. And I don't appreciate certain things. And I'm going to let you know that. Because I got the right to do, because this is my channel. And if you don't like what I say, change the channel. You ain't got to watch me. No, you ain't got to watch me. You want to learn something? Watch me. You want to get smarter? Watch me. You want to stop having a crackhead mentality? Watch me, because I'm going to teach you how to. I'm dedicated to that, because I find a lot of you people, that's what you have. You got a crackhead mentality. And you perhaps don't even know it. You believe that you're a recovered addict when you're just a sober crackhead. You do the same things you did when you was a crackhead other than getting high. So listen, good people. One thing for sure and two for certain. When you help other people from the bottom of your heart, you're truly helping yourself. And it's a fact, because I talk to you people about something that I never would have ever talked to you about. As a means by which to help you understand that you could be in a situation. And if you get in a situation, don't panic. Don't panic. Go back and listen to my video and see what I said I did and what I'm doing. Because it's all mixed up in there. It's mixed up in there. What I did, what I'm doing, and what I'm trying to achieve. Okay? God bless, take care. Okay?